Hello everybody, this is Steve from Old Boy Moto. G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Just put a couple of additions on the DR650. I thought I would share it with you. One is this little jigger that I put on between the seat and the back pack rack to store tools. One thing I've found with the DR since having it is there's just no room under the seat. You know, compared to the V-Strom and that, there's a mile of room under that, and compared to other bikes, you've just got nothing. I do have a PVC pipe along the side under the pannier here, which most bikes have, but I just found it wasn't enough. I couldn't bring enough stuff, and I didn't want to start putting tools into the side panniers. So I thought it through and I thought, well, if I put something up here, it's not going to take up that much room. I mean, it's only that wide and it stretches across the bike that way. And it's proved to be really good, and I can get a lot of stuff in there. That's 100 mil, and it's about 500 long. I could have made it a bit longer, but I didn't want it to stretch out over the saddlebags too much. I want to be able to access my saddlebags. But it's worked out really good. I've managed to put all the tools I need to do a sprocket change or whatever in that PVC pipe. I've also got something in there that might interest you. It's a little portable jack that I made up myself. I know there's a lot on the market, some really good ones. Some of them very elaborate, but I've kept it as simple as possible and as light as possible. It fits in there with all the tools really easily. And I'm actually going to do a sprocket change and make sure that I'll be able to do it on the track. So stay with us guys and I'll show you what I've got in there. Okay guys, I'll just do a quick rundown of what I'm carrying in that tube. I've got my air compressor. I've got cement rubber patches for punches. I've got a couple of tyre levers. And I've got the basic Suzuki toolkit, but I've added extra spanners. They tell me that these aren't much good to do your nuts on your axles. They tend to break around the ring there if you're too heavy-handed with them. So what I've done is I've also bought a shifting spanner, which the extension will go over as well, and it makes it a nice long breaker to get your axle nuts off. Set of vice grips, a set of small sockets, 1/4 inch sockets, very handy little ones. They go up to about 13, so they're pretty good. Some bits that go into that system, the shifting spanner as I said, and also for the 1/4 inch sockets I've got a little braking bar and an extension. I've got the relevant Allen keys. I didn't bring any extras. I'm trying to save weight. I only have what fits the bike. I've got some JB weld, very good stuff. That will get you out of a lot of trouble if you puncture a case or whatever. It's a 2-part epoxy. I've got some spare fuel line. I've got my 2 spare sprockets in case I need to change them over. One's a 14, one's a 13. I'm going to try the 14 on it because I'm just sort of travelling a few tracks locally and I need a little bit more low down. I'm running 1546 at the moment and it's more tuned to the highway, so that'll be happening today. And now that all goes into that tube on the back of the bike, so that's very handy to have all that, you know, otherwise they'd be in the panniers, all this stuff. So I'll go to the other tool carrier and you can have a look at that. Okay, so this is the other PVC tool carrier that I have installed in between the pannier and the wheel on the bike, which most bikes like this have. And in that I have a set of jump leads which I made up myself. They're 1.8 long, pretty heavy duty stuff for a bike, just for a bike battery. And that just slips onto the trickle charger that I have installed on the bike, and it just saves taking the seat off. So I just clip those onto that and it just saves a bit of work. Right, so also I've got a cut-off hacksaw blade if I need to cut something. Now I've got plenty of zip ties, I've got a bit of wire, some connectors, some nice heavy duty duct type tape, very strong, and that's like a stretchy type tape that when you stretch it, it becomes very, very tight and it sticks to itself. So that's what I've got in that tube there. Righto guys, so that's it. That's it. It's just got a little suction cup on the end. Not that that does anything. If you get it straight up under your swing arm, it actually does suck itself onto the swing arm. But it doesn't matter if it doesn't, because once you've got the bike leaning on it, it just holds it there. We've got a big sort of walking stick, bit of rubber on the bottom, and that's it. Yeah, so so easy to make. That's just a bit of aluminium, and depending on your suspension, how high or how low your bike is, if you're making one of these, you've just got to pay attention to how long this is. It will do the front as well, so what you need to do is get the bike up first and then shove it under, and then pull whatever you've got under the front wheel away, and it will jack your front wheel up as well. A bit of mucking around, but you know, no problem to cart this with you wherever you're going. So first thing I do, guys, is squeeze the front brake in. I just had a strap lying around, so I've used that. You can use anything, a piece of string, whatever. Just secure your bike so that when you're pushing it, you know, there's no risk of it rolling forward and coming off your stand, and then, you know, over it goes. Pain in the ass. You might break something. Yeah, and second thing, just get beside your bike and just push it. Stick it under and you're done. I can't think of anything more simple than that, and as you can see, the suction cup actually just cups it really well. You know, it's pretty good. It's not going to slip off or anything like that unless you get really rough with it. So for the front, guys, all you really need, well in my case, because I've got my trail jack cut at the right size, all you need is something about, you know, a rock or anything like that that's about 3 or 4 inches thick. You run your bike up onto it, which is quite easy to do, and then stick your jack under, and away you go. You know, I've got 4 inches under there, and it's just so easy to do, and it's pretty stable. You know, it's going to rock around a bit, but it's not going to fall over unless you get really, really rough. There it is. Get it off, just roll it back. All done. Back on your stand. That just falls to the ground. There it is. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy with this, guys. This has worked out really well. It's given me the room I need to carry the tools. So yeah, very inexpensive to make. You can still pack a lot of stuff behind it, in front of it, on top of it. You can get underneath it to put straps. Very happy with that addition. So I hope that's given you some ideas on how to set up your bike, and if you've got any ideas that I should know about, I'd love you to comment and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.